I'm confused. I, I don't even know if I'm mad. I think I'm just confused. I don't think it's crazy to say that loss was worse than Ray Allen. I don't think it's crazy to say that. I'm just confused. I don't know why De'Aaron Fox is shooting the ball when they're up by 1 and they're in the bonus with the shot clock off. All he has to do is dribble it out. All he has to do is just dribble it out. And that's it. All you have to do is rebound the basketball. I'm confused. 14 threes in the first half. 76 points in the first half. And you score 106. You score 30 points in the second half. 30. I got nothing. The Spurs have proved that they don't deserve this. In no world do the Spurs deserve to be hoisting the 2026 NBA championship. Self-inflicted wounds. I mentioned that in games 1 and 2. And then the biggest self-inflicted wound of them all. Wide open on the lane. And you have 2 defenders behind you. There's zero reason to shoot that shot. Just dribble it out. Get fouled. Make 1 free throw. If you make 1, it goes into overtime. You make 2, they gotta get a 3. I'm confused. What's worse, the Fox shot or the Wemby turnover? De'Aaron Fox is a veteran. He knows better. But I also got to point the finger at Mitch Johnson. You did nothing. He did nothing to help the Spurs win that game in the second half. Did they forget that there's another 24 minutes of basketball to be played? Because that's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. I think he said everything we did good in the first half, we're not doing any of it again. It just makes no sense. They shot 14 of 26 in the first half, 54% from 3. And then you shoot 3 of 17. But as a coach, you have to tell them to stop doing it. You have to tell them to stop shooting threes every second. Half the possessions in the second half were a guard dribbling out 75% of the shot clock. Then with seconds left, they decide to drive, and then they kick. The first thing you're taught in middle school basketball is the offense of drive and kick. That's what you're taught. And that's the Spurs offense. That is what Mitch Johnson is running. They're running drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. Why don't we put some emphasis on the drive? Why don't we do that, huh? You have elite guards in De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle. And you're letting none of them go downhill. I don't even want to get started with the fact that the Spurs were in the bonus from the 7:17 mark of the fourth quarter, and they did minimal attacking the basket. They didn't attack the basket. They saw that they got in the bonus, and they just sat there. They just sat there on the three-point line like ants, just concrete to the floor with their feet. That's what they did. It is unacceptable as a head coach to be doing that. And I said that this playoff run was not going to fall on the hands of the players. It was going to fall on Mitch Johnson if it went poorly. And you know what? This whole final series has fallen on the hands of Mitch Johnson. Whether that comes down to continuing to shoot threes, not attacking the basket, not playing Dylan Harper enough minutes. This series has come down to Mitch Johnson alone. I get it. Sometimes execution is not there. Wemby turning the ball over in game 2. Fox shooting that shot. Some guys missing wide open threes. Sometimes execution is going to be an issue. But as a head coach, you have to do something different. And Mitch Johnson has refused to do anything different. Especially when things get tough, like it was tonight. He's refused to do things differently. And that is why the Spurs are now down 3-1. That is why the Spurs will probably lose this series. You're telling me the Knicks just had the largest comeback in NBA Finals history. Like, the 28-3 Falcons just occurred. They just did. I got nothing, man. The Spurs just had the biggest choke ever. I don't get it. I don't get it. Rebounding is an issue. They're continuing to allow offensive rebounds. Obviously, OG Anunoby maybe had the biggest offensive rebound in NBA history. Keldon Johnson is still continuing to be non-existent. I've never seen a sixth man of the year just disappear in the playoffs the way Keldon Johnson did. Champagnie shoots 1 of 7 from 3. It's just the Spurs lacked killer instinct. And that's a coaching issue. You can blame a lot of player-caused issues. You can. You really can. Like I said, Wemby turning the ball over when it's tied 104. And then De'Aaron Fox, just zero reason to shoot that shot. All you have to do is dribble out to the corner and hope you get fouled. Not executing a box out. Leaving OG Anunoby continuously open. Not sure how he's always open. He'll probably win Finals MVP, win the Knicks, win this series. It's just... It's self-inflicted wounds. It's coaching issues. Spurs have proven that they just don't deserve it. They don't. And it sucks because they're acting like they can get back there. And it's just guaranteed. Can they get back there? 100%. But it just seems to them like it's guaranteed. No sense of urgency. I was furious when Mitch Johnson was gifted this job. No outside interviews. Just gift-wrapped it an NBA coaching job because he's been an assistant for so long. That's why they gave him the job. They gave him the job because they thought he did okay when he was the interim head coach in place of Pop. And they just wanted to be nice. No. This is a business. And it is abysmal that the Spurs did not look outwardly for other candidates like a Taylor Jenkins, a Mike Malone, a Mike Brown, who was available in last year's coaching carousel. Makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Spurs are down 3-1. I'm not sure what else there is to do. Has it happened before? Yeah. But I don't see this team doing it. I don't. 29 points. 29 points. No sense of urgency. No adjustments. They don't deserve it. I think the Spurs will get Game 5 simply because the Knicks want to win it at home. I really think so. I think the Spurs will probably annihilate the Knicks. I think it'll be a 20-plus point victory because the Knicks just want to get it in Madison Square Garden as they deserve it. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. That is utterly putrid of what happened tonight. Utterly putrid. And it genuinely feels like that was the kill shot. Because the Spurs had it in their hands, and they proved that they don't deserve it. Well, there's going to be at least one more Tide Talk Sports reaction video. So make sure you don't miss that one. First of all, like this video if you enjoyed my crash out. This is the first time I've really crashed out on my YouTube channel. So, hey, maybe I need a few more of those. But like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on that post notification bell so you never miss my reaction videos. And until Game 5, this is Ty Talk Sports signing off, and I will see you all next time.